of the little memorial service, there'll be time if you want to add anybody's name, because I got a list here, but somehow I think there are a few others that we may have missed along the way here. Okay? I was just watching the video here at a distance, and a few faces there that aren't on the list, but anyways. For those that don't know who I am, I'm Father Joe, or Father Joe Durkacz. I just go by Father Joe, and I'm the Canadian Carnival priest. I discovered I was doing research when we were having the past president's dinner. I've been at this 23 years as of this year. So I took over for Father Mac, who was doing it for across the whole world, and the Hominics had invited me to the annual convention in Toronto 23 years. And it was at that time that I got to meet Father Mac, and he wanted to retire, so he, in a nice way, invited me to take over, and Phil was manning the hospitality suite at that great convention. I'm recovering alcoholic now for 17 years, so I have fond memories of the yes. I've had my lifetime share of booze, so anyways, well preserved here anyways. So anyways, thank Phil for your hospitality over the years, right? Anyways, let's begin with a little memorial service. And may the Father of mercies, the God of all consolation, be with you all. And we come together today to remember all of our deceased loved ones, especially those of the Canadian chapter and the Showmen's League of America. And it's good for us to remember those who are so much part of the life of this club and the joy they brought to all of us. As they have taken that final journey, we pray that they are at peace with God in heaven, and that God will offer us His comfort in our grief. And my brothers and sisters, we believe that our dwelling on earth is but for a short time, that our true homeland is in heaven. We gather in faith to pray for our beloved deceased, and they may live forever in the dwelling place prepared for all of God's faithful. Let us pray. O God, to whom mercy and forgiveness belong, hear our prayers on behalf of your servants, whom you have called out of this world. And because they have put their hope and trust in you, command that they may be carried safely home to heaven and come to enjoy your eternal reward. And we now listen to the words of Scripture. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. In verdant pastures he gives me repose. Beside restful waters he leads me. He refreshes my soul. He guides me in right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk in the dark valley, I fear no evil. You are at my side with your rod and your staff that give me courage. You spread the table before me in the sight of my foes. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Only goodness and kindness follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord for years to come. So as we come together today to say farewell, that I'm sure for everyone here that the last 2+ years haven't been the easiest. I was remarking that the last time I was here in the club was in the midst of the pandemic with, believe it or not, with Tommy Cox, and we were doing a Zoom funeral for one of the people that died from North America shows in Florida. They were already open with their different laws down there. But anyways, he was a young fellow. I think he was only in his late 30s, early 40s. And once they brought his body back, that I was able to also do a graveside service for the family, because he was originally from Toronto. So anyways, that, you know, many important people have left us, and over the years, a lot of the characters that most of us have grown to love. Maybe sometimes hate some of them, but anyways, no, but for the most part, we miss them and we love them. And it's important that we also pray that the coming season may be a good one, because I know many are struggling, many of the operators, and hopefully that there is that end that is coming to all the restrictions, so you can move forward, and especially here at the club too, the tradition that's here and all the history that's been brought here from Toronto, now this new home in Brantford. So this to be grateful for all of that. And let us remember in a special way some of the important people that we remember that died over the last couple of years, including Lyle Cleaver, Tommy Cox, Brenda Hominick, Henry Henderson, Ryan Gray, Jim Holohan, Mark Shank, Diane Stinkle, Jack Robertson, John Hominick, and Sean Peterson. Actually, a couple of people I actually did funerals for them, believe it or not. Is there anybody else that you would like to add?
It was Terry Henderson.
Oh, Terry Henderson.
Terry Henderson.
Okay. Too fancy
Father.
penmanship for my taste. And Terry Anderson.
Henderson.
Henderson.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else that we need to remember?
Dave Woods.
Yeah.
Dave Woods.
Dave Woods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glenn Schuler.
Okay,
Oh, and Glenn Schuler.
Okay, Glenn Schuler.
Fathead.
That's Glenn Schuler.
Actually, I saw that posted. Your buddy, eh?
I think that's it.
Okay, so we pray that they may all rest in the peace of our Lord. And also, let's pray for all those that are sick at the present time. Anybody that we should remember that is sick right now?
John Robertson?
Was John sick?
Yes.
Hard again, or?
We spoke to Carrie this morning and she said he was okay today.
He was cancer, right?
Oh, has he got cancer? I didn't know that.
Well, I know they took him to London because they have a cancer
Okay,
danger,
yeah.
so I assumed that.
Okay, so John Robertson. Anybody else we're aware of that's sick or?
Phil's just getting better.
Okay. I saw him at his low point when he had the motorcycle adventure years ago.
And Dave,
Oh, and Dave.
he just had some stents put in, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
we're really good.
And Barry Jameson?
Barry James.
Barry Jameson?
Got over COVID, yeah.
Oh, Barry James too, eh?
Yeah, a little COVID.
Okay. Anyways, let's now pray together, prayer that we're all familiar with, the Lord's Prayer. And together, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. And I now will offer the Showman's Prayer. This was written by Father Mac. Those that are old-timers, you remember Father Mac. And actually he died about 3 or 4 years ago, I guess. So lived till about mid-90s, believe it or not. Oh my God, I believe in you. I trust in you. I thank you for all of my blessings. I love you and ask forgiveness for all my sins. Guide and protect me and all those dear to me. Make me mindful of my privilege as a showman to bring joy and happiness to all people, especially the poor, the lonely, the less fortunate. And when my last act on earth is completed and the final curtain falls, take me to yourself to be happy with you forever. Amen. And we also remember our brothers and sisters in Ukraine, and I'm sure there are a multitude of shows. I think that was on the Facebook
Yes.
page or on the show.
Our show friends there.
Yeah, so they're going through a very terrible time there. So let's pray that things get peaceful there in the very near future, and they can continue with their shows. I'm sure people need some lifting up in many, many ways there. And as part of our tradition with the Showmen's League, that oftentimes at memorials and funeral services we add the little poem, A Happy Ending. When the show on earth is over, and when the Master says time to go, the angels here in heaven are waiting for your show. You must go on as he beckons. You must quickly, slow, and fly, for he knows our show is needed for his children in the sky. Yes, there'll be carnivals in heaven, bright lights and fun galore, and the organ will sound sweeter than you've ever heard before. There'll be Eli wheels and scramblers, merry-go-rounds for wee ones too, God himself the supervisor, and we carny folks the crew. The angels on the ginny ride, playing music pure and sweet, were the cherubs on the horses galloping round on wooden feet. There'll be popcorn and cotton candy with just a deeper pink, perhaps a little sweeter since it's made in heaven, don't you think? The jump from earth to heaven will be the grandest one of all, without a single breakdown, with no truck motor to stall. Let's make the show a good one, while here on earth we dwell. So when we set it up in heaven, God will say, a job done well. And finally now a concluding prayer, and this is from the Jewish tradition, if anybody's Jewish here. Want to
We're
be
all Jewish.
Yes, we we all have their roots there, right? Into your care we entrust the spirit of all our deceased brothers and sisters. You keep faith with your children in death as in life. Sustain us that we may meet with serenity the mysteries that lie ahead, knowing that when we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you, God, are with us, a loving friend in whom we put our trust. You are the light of our life, our hope in eternity. Amen.